In this video, I'm going to show you 7 great ways to start a blues solo, so stay tuned. Hey there, this is James for James Shipway Guitar and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to show you 7 great licks which you can use for starting off your blues solos. Now all these licks I'm going to show you are in the key of A and I'll be demonstrating them over 12 bar blues in A. Now you can get tab to all the licks, lesson notes and everything. It's in my blues guitar bundle which has also got loads of material from my other YouTube videos all to do with blues guitar. So you can get that by clicking the link underneath this video and I'll send you a copy and you'll have the tab and the lesson notes for this video. Now I've heard it said that as long as this solo starts well and ends well, who cares what's in the middle? Well, you might not agree with that. I'm not sure if I totally agree with that, but I do think there is a grain of truth in there. It's very important to get a dramatic start to your solo to just draw the listener in and make them listen to what you've got to say. So let's start by looking at the scale shapes that each of these 7 licks is going to come from. Now I don't want to spend too long on this because I'm sure most of you know these scales already, but I'm going to whiz through them, and if you need extra help then I'll send you to some of my other videos which go through these scale shapes in more detail. So the shape we're going to use for a lot of them is A minor pentatonic down at the 5th fret. And also the sliding shape or the extended shape, which looks like this. There's also one later on which borrows from the major pentatonic shape, and we'll deal with that scale shape when we come to that lick. The first lick is a real classic way to start a blues solo. Let's check it out. Let's have a look at that one. It's been used to start, hundreds and hundreds of great blues solos. What we're doing here, we're bending up the G string at the 7th fret. I'm bending that up 2 frets. Then I'm playing my B string at the 5th fret and playing my toppy at the 5th fret. Then I'm sliding 8 on the B string up to 10 on the B string and playing the 8th fret on the toppy. So you can see that starting off in the middle of this pattern here and going up into the extension pattern. And that's blues starting lick number 1. Here's another great way to start your blues solo. There aren't any blues guitar greats that I've ever heard who don't use this lick a lot. It's such an awesome lick, really versatile, really effective. Let's check it out. Now it's using the top part of the A minor pentatonic scale we looked at, the sliding extension which brings us up to the sort of 8th and 10th fret. And we're beginning by picking the G string at the 9th fret. We're playing the B string at the 10th fret, going 8 to 10 on the top E. Then we're going to bend that 10th fret up. Kill it off with our right hand just by tapping it, let it down, bend it again, kill it off again and let it down, then play 8 on the top E and 10 on the B. Lick 3 shows us another great way to start our blues solo. Right, this one's down in the first scale shape we looked at. I'm sliding into the D string at the 7th fret. Then I'm playing the 5th fret on the G string with my first finger. I'm going to grab the 7th fret on the G and bend it up. Kill it off, let it down and pick it. And then pick the 5th fret on the G. Then I do the bending bit again. I bend up, kill it off with my right hand, let it down, pick it, and then play the 5th fret on the G. And then finally, I just play the 7th fret on the G. And I'm giving that a little bit of vibrato there, so we get this. Lick 4 shows us another great way to start our blues solo. It's similar to the kind of thing you'd hear Stevie Ray Vaughan or Eric Clapton play. Right, let's check that one out. We're using a little double stop here. It's the 9th fret on the G string and the 8th fret on the B string. Now this is coming out of this sliding bit of the scale here, giving us this double stop here, 9 on the G, 8 on the B. Now I'm going to play that with my 3rd finger on the G string and my 2nd finger on the B string, and I'm going to sort of start from like a fret away from it, pick it and slide up to the 9th and 8th fret. Then I'm going to pick it again twice when it's there. So we get, do that 4 times now, okay? So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to hit it one more time, jump down to the 7th fret on the G string and bend that up. Let it down and pull off to the 5th fret. Actually let it down and pick 7 again, and then pull off to the 5th fret on the G string. Play the 7th fret on the D string. Then play the 5th fret on the G string, followed by the 7th fret on the D string again. It's a bit longer, that one. Let me play that very slowly for you. So 4 of those. So here it is again over the chords. Let's take a listen to lick number 5 now. So lick number 5, starting down at the 5th fret on the B string in shape 1 minor pentatonic, and we pick that B string at the 5th fret. Then we're going to grab the 8th fret on the top E. Now I'm using my 3rd finger for that. We're going to pick it, cut it off. It's just a little short stabbing note there. Do another one of those at the 8th fret. Then pick the 5th fret on the top E. Then grab 8 and give it a little bit of a blues curl. I might even do that on these first ones. And a blues curl is just like a real little bend right at the tail end of the note. We don't want to do this. That would just sound out of tune. We want to let the note ring for a moment and then just give it a little bit of a push up. You hear that sort of squeezing of the note there. So we've got 5 on the B, the blues curl on 8 on the top E, first finger at 5 on the top E, and 8 on the top E again. Lick 6 is similar to some of the ideas we hear Jimi Hendrix play in his blues playing. Let's check it out. Okay, a lot of repeating bends in this lick. Let's look at that one. We're starting off at the 5th fret on the B string. We're grabbing 8 on the B string and we're picking it and bending it up 2 frets. Then we're holding the bend up and picking it again as we hold it. So make sure you bend it in tune or you're going to re-pick it. It's not going to sound too good. So you've got to bend it in tune, then pick it twice more. Do the bending bit again, so bend it up again. Let it down silently by killing it off with your right hand. Let it down, then bend it again. Pick it twice more. Do that again. So we've got this so far. Now we're going to bend it up again. Let it down. So kill it off first and let it down. Now bend it up. Let it down and bend it up one more time to end it. A bit of vibrato on that last bend sounds quite nice. Let's hear it over the chords. Okay, time for our 7th and final lick. This one's in the style of B.B. King, and it mainly uses the A major pentatonic scale. So let's just check out that shape here. It's 5 on the E string and 7 on the E string. 4 to 7 on the A string. 4 to 7 on the D string. 4 to 6 on the G string. And 5 to 7 on the B string and the top E string. And a lot of the time when we play blues, we can actually mix in the notes from the major pentatonic scale in with our minor pentatonic scales and blues scales. And it just gives us a real nice flavour. It's the kind of thing we hear B.B. King do a lot. It's a real signature thing of his playing. Anyway, that's the scale shape for that. If you need a bit of a hand learning the A major pentatonic scale in a bit more depth, click here and it will take you to my A major pentatonic video in my Essential Scales series of videos. So check that out if you need a bit more of a hand learning that, and it actually shows you a different way to play as well. Anyway, let's have a listen to what lick number 7 sounds like. Right, so the first note in that one is the 7th fret on the D string. Then I'm going to use my second finger and I'm going to slide from 5 on the G string up to 6 on the G string. So it's just a real quick little slide into this note, which we saw in the A major pentatonic scale. Then we're going to go 5 to 7 on the B string. Up to 5 on the top E. To 7 on the B string. I'm going to use my second finger for that note. Then grab the top E at the 7th fret. We're going to bend it up 1 fret. Let it down and pick it. And pick the 5th fret. You can hear the kind of sweeter, brighter sound of the major type scale, as opposed to the sort of darker, sadder, more bluesy sound of the minor pentatonic scale, which we've used up to now in all these licks. So let's have another listen to that one over the chord sequence. Okay, so there you go. You've got 7 ways to start a blues solo. Now, I know this is very simplistic and there's a lot more to playing a great blues solo than just having a first lick, but this is just to show you some ways to get into your blues solo, because if you can start it well, it will kind of give you a bit more food to kind of use as you progress onto it. So a couple of more tips about using these. I mean, the first thing is you've got to start your solo solo boldly. You've got to start it confidently. If you start it really timid, like you're sounding a bit scared, no matter what you play, it isn't going to sound that good. So you've got to belt it out a little bit, okay? So a bold, dramatic start to your solo is always good. Imagine someone you're playing in a, you know, like a bar or somewhere, and you want people just to turn around and like listen the minute your solo starts, rather than just it to wash over them. So a dramatic and bold start is a great way to do that and get your solo heard, get it noticed. The other thing is, you know, use that first lick that you play kind of as a little theme for the rest of your solo. So see if you can develop it, change it and build it, tweak it a little bit throughout the rest of your solo. So you're not just using that lick and then binning it, you're using that lick and then you're using it as a sort of jumping off point for the rest of your solo. And this will help give your improvisation some structure and some logic as you go through and turn you into a much better soloist. So as always, what you've got to do with those licks is experiment. Create your own variations. Experiment at using them at different points in the chord sequence as well, because they'll work at other points in the 12-bar blues, not just at the very beginning. That's just how we're applying them now. So use them at the very beginning to start with, and then see how you can expand on them, okay? But really the key here is experimentation. All great improvisers have done a lot of experimentation and have made a lot of mistakes in their experimentation. That's how we learn what works and what doesn't. So take these and experiment with them and you'll definitely see some results. So that's about it for me today. So thanks for watching. Remember to get your blues guitar lick bundle by clicking the link underneath this video. It's got the tab to all the licks in this lesson, plus a load of other stuff from my other YouTube blues videos. So I'm sure you'll find that really helpful. So click under here and I'll send you a copy of that. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you found this video useful, please give it a like. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you've got any comments, questions, or requests for other videos, simply leave it underneath here, because I do try and reply to all my comments on YouTube. So I will check it out and I'll try and get back to you. But anyway, that's all from me today. So thanks a lot for watching. Hope to see you again in one of my videos, and I'll catch you later. So like I said, all these licks are in the... Hundreds of blues solos start off using this lick. This lick is like such a